Have you ever felt trapped between two worlds? Mistrusted by your own people, yet not fully accepted by others? Have you ever faced a season where every door seemed to close and you wondered, God, where are you in all this? That was exactly the life of David. David, once the celebrated hero who defeated Goliath, was now a fugitive. King Saul's jealousy drove him into hiding. Out of desperation, David sought refuge in the land of the Philistines, the very enemies he once defeated. Imagine his mental state. He is living among those he once fought, forced to smile at those who once hated him just to survive. It's like moving in with your competitor because your family turned against you. Survival? Yes, but peace of mind? Not at all. King Achish of Gath trusted David and gave him a place called Ziklag. Yet, when war broke out between the Philistines and Israel, David was caught in the middle. How could he fight against Israel, his own people? And if he refused, how would he prove loyalty to Achish? When David joined the Philistine army, the commanders grew uneasy. What if he turns against us in battle, they asked. And so, despite Achish's defense, David was sent home. For David, this must have been a mix of relief and rejection. Relief that he didn't have to raise a sword against Israel, but rejection because even among the Philistines, where he sought asylum, he was mistrusted. Have you ever felt like that? Rejected by those who should love you and mistrusted by those who gave you shelter? But things got worse. When David and his men returned to Ziklag, they found their homes burned to the ground. The Amalekites had raided, taking their wives, children, and possessions. David's men were heartbroken. They wept until they had no strength left. Then anger turned toward David. His own men spoke of stoning him. Imagine his loneliness, rejected by Israel, mistrusted by the Philistines, and now blamed by his own followers. At that breaking point, the Bible says, "But David strengthened himself in the Lord his God." 1 Samuel 36. He sought God's direction and pursued the Amalekites. With God's help, David recovered everything: his wives, children, and possessions. Not one thing was lost. While David was experiencing God's restoration, Saul's story reached its tragic conclusion. On Mount Gilboa, Saul and his sons were defeated by the Philistines. Saul, wounded and desperate, fell on his own sword. Israel mourned, and David's path to kingship was finally being prepared. David's journey in these chapters of the Bible mirrors seasons of our lives. Sometimes we are forced to leave where we belong, like David fleeing Israel. Sometimes those who shelter us don't fully trust us, like David with the Philistines. Sometimes we return home to find devastation, like Ziklag in ashes. And in those moments, it's easy to ask, God, have you let me down? But here's the truth. God never abandons his people. David's rejection was protection. God kept him from fighting his own people. David's loss was a setup for restoration. He recovered everything. Saul's downfall was the stage for David's calling to unfold. So if you are in a season where you feel rejected, mistrusted, or everything precious seems lost, strengthen yourself in the Lord. Just like David, you may be one step away from recovery and breakthrough. As Isaiah 41:10 reminds us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When life pushes you from every side, remember, God is still writing your story, and He knows how to restore what the enemy has stolen.